Hey everybody and Happy New Year. I know this video is going to be uploaded a few days after January 1st, but I thought I might as well do this on the 3rd of January rather than not actually doing a New Year's video at all, and thus leaving you in the dust on what I plan to do with the channel this year. First things first, we will cover my plans for the most recent Let's Play, Animal Crossing New Leaf. So over the past 4 to 5 months, I really have enjoyed recording New Leaf and getting the videos out for you. However, at the same time, I rather found it hard because I had school going on, which made me burn out and not energetic enough to record a video about a game that is so happy-go-lucky, just like Animal Crossing is, which we all know and love. And sometimes I just wasn't feeling like recording an episode of New Leaf full stop. I just didn't want to record a video that day at all. That meant I broke my promise of uploading a New Leaf video every day, which is a promise that I initially set myself at the start of the series. But as time went on and I left school holidays, because when I started New Leaf I was actually on school holidays at the time, so I had all the time in the world in order to actually record an episode of New Leaf and get that out for you and talk about what we needed to talk about, all that stuff. So I broke my promise about that, and after coming back to school 2 weeks later, I found out that recording a video of New Leaf every day just wasn't going to be possible. So I just had to decide to not record on some days, which wasn't really easy. I really like making videos for you guys, and that decision to actually not record some days of the week, that was actually pretty difficult, and I didn't really want to do it. I even missed some large gaps of time, like in late October and early November, and for the rest of November I really did leave quite a few large gaps of time there. And I didn't mean to do that, but sometimes I had to because I just really wasn't feeling like it. School didn't end until around late November for me, so yeah, that was kind of a reason why. I also wanted to get some good grades up before I finished up for the year, so that's also why. It doesn't seem too bad that I didn't record every day for most of the videos. I didn't record every day, but that doesn't seem too bad for every other game that you could be Let's Playing. But in Animal Crossing, let me tell you, it kind of works differently. You kind of have to play it every day. In fact, you kind of need, well, not kind of, you do need to play it every day in order to actually make sure you get everything done. And if you don't play it every day, there might be negative consequences. For example, your town might become overgrown with weeds, your villagers might move away, or you might even miss an important real-life holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween, which did happen a couple times throughout the time when I was recording episodes of New Leaf for you guys. That happened around once or twice, but not too many times. When we did the first 2 weeks of New Leaf, I was on school holidays and had a whole bunch of time on my hands, and that enabled me to actually explain some of the crucial details about Animal Crossing required for understanding how the game works, particularly for someone that actually hasn't played a game in the series before. If you haven't played Animal Crossing before, all the stuff that I had to explain in the beginning was kind of crucial. You needed to know it, or else you wouldn't really understand what was going on in the game, and you just had to know it. And coincidentally, the vast majority of the stuff that happens in your first 5 days in town is all about explaining how things work in the game, like getting your house paid off, explaining villager personalities, explaining how we use custom designs, explaining how shop upgrades work and all that stuff. So most of that was actually done without a hassle, because like I said earlier, I was on school holidays at the time, I had a lot of time on my hands to actually get that done. So that was easy, but by the time late October and November rolled around, and pretty much the entire month of November rolled around, however with the exception of December, because in December in Animal Crossing New Leaf, and just any other Animal Crossing game in the entire series, there is quite a lot of stuff to do around in December, like building snowmen, catching snowflakes, a whole bunch of fish become available, all the bugs disappear, and you need to make sure that before December rolls around you get all that done. You have everything all ready to go for the winter before the bugs eventually return in the spring on February 25th when the snow melts and all that stuff. And those winter fish that were available before the snow melts, those will all disappear. Anyway, by the time December rolled around, we did cover a few of those things. Those episodes that I've recorded in December are still actually not currently up on the channel. I am working on getting those out and ready for you. However, I am on holidays right now. It is summer. It's really hot every day, and I've said this in a few of the videos that aren't quite out yet, but I think I have said this before a couple of times, that when I record I have to turn off my AC and my fan. I have an AC and my fan in my room, which is really nice, keeps me cool throughout the night and stuff. But because it's like 30 degrees in here, and I am recording this in a 30-degree room with no AC and fan on right now, this commentary for the video, the sound gets in. I'm kind of losing where I'm going here, but you know. I really run out of things to talk about anyway. We kind of already covered everything that we really needed to do anyway, and I just kind of stopped doing some things, like, you know how I always used to go and, you know, donate my fossils to Blathers at the museum. I kind of stopped doing that because it was getting a little bit repetitive. I just said that we'll just dig them up tomorrow and we'll donate them later. Sometimes that happened and sometimes it didn't. It was kind of just depending on how I was feeling and what I was doing. I also felt like that editing the videos was a little bit of a drag because, you know, I don't really slip up too many times when I'm doing a video, but sometimes there are slip-ups that happen. Sometimes I want to also re-record a couple of things at the end of videos, which I have strung along at the end while I was editing them. So that sometimes happens, but editing them was a tedious process. You gotta remember that most of these videos are actually just half an hour long and sometimes take even longer to record because, like I said a couple of seconds ago, I re-record things that didn't quite make sense. I re-record things that I want to go over again and get them better because sometimes I slip up when talking. Sometimes I want to just explain things in a way that's easier to understand, and a classic that I do is I just explain more when I try to elaborate. So when I try to elaborate on something, I just end up explaining it in a worse way than what I did initially. So moving on, by the end of December, the end of December's videos are not yet out, which I did mention earlier. Those will be out sometime soon, you can count on that. I decided to actually end the daily videos, well, as frequent as they would ever get, because like I said before, sometimes I wasn't willing to record after school ended. Well, just ended in like November and December after school, and when I came home and that. Didn't want to edit either, but I think we have pretty much covered everything we need to, which I will get into something else that I am working on right now. When I am recording this, I have been working on another project, which I will get into in just a moment here, so don't worry about that. We'll get that into just a moment. But we have pretty much covered everything, which I'm not going to get into it. I will get into it later maybe, but if you've played any of the Animal Crossing games before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've already talked about house upgrades. I could really go over a little bit more of what we could find on the island and doing some tours. We could also do some diving in the main town and maybe even get a club tournament membership before that ends, so we can go and even like get some more medals and get a wetsuit, because unlike, well, in addition to catching deep sea diving creatures on the island, you can do that at your home when you buy when you buy a wetsuit from the island. You're able to take that home with you and you're able to use it at your town, so you can do some deep sea diving back at home. However, the decision to actually end these frequent updates brings me to what we're going to be doing together in New Leaf in 2024. Which, since writing the actual script of this little update video and New Year's message, I have changed that. This was written a couple days ago, so I'm recording this a couple days after I wrote the script for it. However, what we're going to be doing over New Leaf in 2024 is going to be quite exciting. Now, you may know that I have recently purchased another 3DS that was pre-modded from AliExpress. That thing has arrived. I'm actually in the process of waiting for another one to show up at my door, so hopefully that will show up soon. However, because that has been modded, I have been able to access the update files for Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo, and I've been able to successfully dump those off the modded 3DS legally into Citra, so the way that I record these videos for you. So that means we are able to have the Welcome Amiibo update be installed on our copy, which, as of me recording this New Year's message, I already have done that, and we have recorded 2-day episodes. Day 1 of Welcome Amiibo and Day 2 of Welcome Amiibo, or just day like 45 or 46, which I think we are up to now in the normal number of day episodes we've done so far. So we'll be covering all the stuff that goes in Welcome Amiibo and was added to Welcome Amiibo. If you haven't seen those videos out, which you definitely wouldn't if you're watching this when this message comes out, because those videos aren't actually uploaded yet. I haven't actually uploaded them yet, and they will be uploaded very soon. Don't worry about that. As with the rest of the videos in the New Leaf series that are coming, that I recorded in like December, those will be coming soon. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about them. It's okay. Now, in addition to covering Welcome Amiibo, which, like I said earlier, I don't want to spoil what we're doing in Welcome Amiibo because it is rather special. We are going to be doing some cool things. However, as well as exploring Welcome Amiibo, which I've wanted to do for a long time, and I regret just not being able to actually just start with the Welcome Amiibo when I started the series back in September last year. But I made that decision. I didn't think that this series would do so well and I'd have so much fun enjoying it, because it really just was something that came up in my brain just randomly and I just wanted to do because I was so bored at the time. However, in addition to Welcome Amiibo, like I've said so many times and I've just gotten myself distracted, we will be covering a whole bunch of interesting other things, such as the holidays and birthdays of villagers in the game. We'll also be comparing, looking at events, because they are more exciting to talk about than just going around and talking to our villagers every day, donating the fossils, which, as I said earlier, is already kind of boring because I didn't want to do it anyway when I actually was in the mood to record videos a couple months back. So we will be moving on from doing daily videos like that, and we will just be covering special events that occur throughout the year, like Easter, Christmas, and a bunch of other ones that I can't really remember what they are. But they do occur in Animal Crossing New Leaf. They do occur in real life, although not in Australia, because, like I said, I have got the American copy of this game, and that's what I used to play on. And in the American copy of the game, compared to the European release, which is what Australia is bundled with, because every game that comes out in Australia is just the European game, so it's kind of the same thing. We will be covering all of those, and I look forward to it because it's just refreshing. It's really refreshing to just have something new to talk about, something that we haven't been able to talk about. We have covered a few events, such as Explorers Day and Halloween, and I think one of the bug-offs and one of the fishing tourneys, but we will be going over each bug-off and each fishing tourney throughout the year, because there are some differences between bugs you can catch throughout the year at the times of each fishing tourney, and different fish you can get at the time of the year throughout each fishing tourney and bug off whenever those happen, which I think I just repeated what I said, but oh well. It's also a lot more interesting because the sheer fact that these videos are going to be on certain days throughout the year, you don't know. You sometimes know when you're going to expect one from me, sometimes you don't. If it's Easter, you know you're going to expect a video of me talking about Bunny Day and how Easter works in New Leaf. If it's Christmas, you'll expect a video then, which I apologise for actually not doing a Christmas episode this year. I found out what some of the villagers wanted for Toy Day, but it's a little bit past Christmas now. So I think it'd be a little bit silly to go back and just record that. We'll have to wait until Christmas 2024, because I personally don't like time travelling in Animal Crossing, let alone any of games in the series. So I won't be doing that, and I won't be going back and playing that until Christmas this year. Sometimes you might forget that videos are coming out. You might not even know about some of the holidays. And doing my research and planning my 2024 calendar around some of these holidays, I've been using my Google Calendar to plan around some of these holidays and to know when I need to record videos. I've linked it up with my phone, so I'll get notifications of when I'm ready to do videos and stuff. It'll be really, really awesome. I am really looking forward to actually getting these out and playing with them. And another thing that also makes it more look forward to is because they aren't so often, which I have said before. It's going to be like refreshing how I'm not going to have to do these all the time. And the fact that, yeah, we're also going to cover villager birthdays and holidays and all that good stuff. And in addition to what Welcome Amiibo has to bring, which should be coming out sometime later on in January. Whenever these pop up, we will go through them. Now, I'm really excited to actually get this, well, I guess you could call it Season 2 of Animal Crossing New Leaf started, which is what I guess you could call it. So, now that we have my plans out for the current Let's Play, we should dive into what other pieces of content you can be expecting from the Mapblocks channel for the rest of 2024. I believe that the channel is still called Mapblocks 360, although I believe I'm just going to try and maybe rebrand it somehow. I kinda can't change my name of my Animal Crossing town or my Animal Crossing player name, so we're going to have to stick with it, although I might try and find out a way to change it. Now, I can't just play Animal Crossing for the rest of my life. I know that. I do play other games on the Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo systems as well. And I want to announce some games that I've had in the back of my mind that I want to play on the channel. And I think that now is the perfect time that I actually tell you what those are. So I've enjoyed doing New Leaf so much that I have a whole library of DS games you can play right here on the channel. And the current games that I want to do a Let's Play on are, in no particular order by the way, is Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Pokemon X and Y, either or of them, and Super Mario 3D Land. The two of these are already in the works, and the rest will not be coming until the second half of 2024, or even at all this year. It's still too early. It's only the 4th day of January when I'm recording this, so I have a little bit of time left to think about it. If these are not final, like I just said, so if anything does change, I will be letting you guys know about that. However, yeah, if things do change, I will do like a community post or even maybe a separate YouTube video announcing them. And when a new Let's Play wants to come out, or when I'm ready to release it, I will be doing an announcement video just to let you guys know what game I'm doing. I'll try not to spoil it in the thumbnail or title, but I will let you know what game I'm going to be doing, and we're going to have an awesome time whenever that happens. So I thought I'd also mention a couple other things before we get moving on and ending off this message. That I want to mention that the videos are going to try and become higher quality and seem a little bit more professional. I'm also currently researching getting a mic upgrade from my current method of recording live commentary and post commentary like you're listening to right now. Which is a USB gaming headset that I just plug into my PC and record from that. I use OBS to record as well, and I want to display games. I want to display on-screen visuals such as the level we're on, the percentage to completion in like Super Mario 3D Land, which would be really useful because you might not know what world I'm on, and you kind of just have to wait until I hop into the next level or the next world to actually know what I was just playing on and stuff like that. So that will enable me to put out the best quality content I can for you, which is what I like doing. My goal for this year in terms of subscribers, I really don't have one. I want to try and maybe get 800. That'd be really cool. I know that 1,000 is the big goal, then you can get monetized, but I'm not really interested in that. I mean, I've got a career choice that would be more exciting than getting anything from YouTube. But yeah, the Let's Plays will hopefully be coming to the channel. And I want to provide a lot more research before playing the games, because when I delved into New Leaf, I didn't actually do any research beforehand. I just kind of went into it. Although I did play New Leaf like 5 or 6 times, well, maybe not that many, but quite a lot of times before actually starting this series on the channel. Now, some of these games in particular, I'm looking at you, your red and green hat wearing Italian plumbers. Those two guys require a lot of background knowledge about certain levels in the game, and in fact I haven't actually played through most of Super Mario 3D Land myself, so I will have to finish that. I am halfway through it right now, preparing to start some work on that, which is probably the first one that I'm going to be doing, I reckon. Happy Home Designer is also pretty high on the list, but I'll let you guys know if that does change. I'm doing that in my own time just so I can get a feel of the game and stuff. But yeah, I'm basically going to end it off here. That's really all I wanted to talk about, just what I plan on doing in New Leaf, and as well for games that I'll possibly be doing on the channel in 2024. My plans for those games, my goals for the task of making my newer videos on different games and making them more high quality and more pleasing to watch overall. So I will see you guys in the next episode of whatever games we'll be playing that time. See ya!